Jayanti, thank you so much for talking to us today. And the startup that you built is in the news, and all for the right reasons. And of course, I have to call out before we start dive into the interview that some people put on some posts, right? That how come your story never discovered Polygon early on because you started in 2017 and we are doing this interview in 2021. But of course, we can give 100 reasons. But today we are talking to you, and
Yeah.
uh, and such a big, large startup you've made out of India. How did you think of this?
So, in 2017, I was in housing.com, working as a data scientist. And at the time, like I was doing like multiple projects. So first, before doing that, I was like applying for multiple companies for an interview to becoming a product manager. Right. So I
Right.
want to become a product manager in some fintech companies. So I applied to Stripe, TransferWise, and multiple others fintech companies, and everyone kind of rejected me, saying, "Okay, you don't have a product manager background." Twitter also, like I was also big fan of Twitter, so I also applied there, but they said, "Okay, no, you can't do that." And then I realized, there is no way I'm going to get some PM job, and I don't want to do that now. Like, let's start my own. No, I wanted to start my own before that as well, housing.com. And I started something, but it didn't pick up. So I just kind of joined housing.com. And then again, like I was, looking something to click, right? And I was building multiple side projects at the time. And one of the side project was to kind of creating and betting platform for the TV series theories, right? So let's say if you
Uh,
watch Game of Thrones, and after every episode, people just make a theories about it. Like let's say who going to die, what happened to this character, etc. So I thought it would be great, just a kind of fun way to create a betting platform on top of it, where people can put money actually and then win some money if they are right. So I was doing that, and I wanted to integrate payment system, right? And when I do that, like I was looking for that. Paytm was there, Stripe was not there, and you had to register a company and multiple regulations, etc. So I thought, like, let's not do that. Let's think about like where payment system where anyone in the world can participate without any problem, right? And that's where I kind of know I knew like Bitcoin is there, something like that, and I went deep into the Bitcoin at the time then.
okay.
And then I realized, there's also the blockchain called Ethereum, and then I started exploring. And as a developer, I was also a software engineer, right? So it was easy for me to dive into it and start writing code about that, right? And then I suddenly realized that if everyone is talking about these blockchains and everything, this is cool, but there is no way they're going to scale it. Like this is like people want to use that, but if gas fees and the payment fees on the blockchains are very high, how people going to use that? At the same time, the game called CryptoKitty on Ethereum launched, right? And they actually become very popular at the time, late 2017, and they jammed the whole Ethereum network, the blockchain. And that time I realized, let's solve this issue, blockchain issue, scalability issue, and I think this is a good opportunity, right? Of course, like I had no prior experience in anything, but that it doesn't matter. I just wanted to solve that problem, and I started with that and create a POC, and that's how like I went
Wow.
I shut down my side project and went directly into it, and I said again, this is a good opportunity for me, and yeah, that's how I started.
Decode for us this whole, say, there's a lot of excitement and people who get it and people who don't. But I want to go through with you your journey, because in 2017 at that time you didn't know how,
Yeah,
what all did you learn and that got you very excited.
yeah. So my before 2017 also, one of my friend, he became investor in Matic early on, but he also wasn't very in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the whole crypto scene. And then he invested in the crypto, and he was doing multiple things. And he always told me, you should buy something, but I was not interested at all. Like I never thought about going into that direction, right? One of my roommate also was kind of reading Bitcoin paper and everything, but I never thought about doing that. But then I kind of I jumped into it. I realized that this is a good thing. Like this is a good way to solve financial issues, and multiple other global issues we have right now in fintech legacy fintech systems. So that way, as a developer, it was easy for me to get into it, right? For the, let's say, if you are not a developer, you might take some time to understand and everything, but for me it was simple, easy, right? And I didn't know, like, this Matic will become, Polygon will become so big, to be honest. I just started with I wanted to start. I didn't think about like what will happen after 1 year, or what will happen after, let's say, 5 years. I just wanted to start or build, solve some problem, basically, right? And that was the focus area for the, let's say, for next early 6 months for me. And I never thought about creating $1 billion startup, to be honest. We currently have 7 billion market cap right now, and I never thought about it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. And at the time also, like, yeah. And to be honest, like, I didn't start up this company with my close friends, to be honest, right? My current co-founders are kind of not the people I work with, little bit time, not like, years. So
Yeah.
to be honest, like, Polygon changed the whole startup checklist, basically. We never raise money from India, right? We never money kind of VC fund. So we don't have a board seat, as VC on the board seat. So we have an independent, like, you can say bootstrap, to be honest. Like, we take our decisions ourselves. And currently we had some ups and downs, of course, but still, like, there is no, like, we changed the whole checklist of the startups you always read about on the media, like on your stories, of course, and from every investors and everything. But I think for us, it was like just an interest in the solving some problem in crypto, specifically blockchain, right? And yeah, that's it. One thing we wanted to do is kind of, we knew, like, this blockchain is a very early, right? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So we knew, like, blockchain is very early. Like, we didn't think about, like, we will get millions of users from day one. Like, that was like, we knew, we knew, like, it will take, like, say, 5 to 10 years down the line. And we were clear on it. We never lied up to ourselves that, okay, we're going to have millions of users from the day one or something like that. So we weren't kind of not focused much on that. We just wanted to make sure, like, we are the top of all the blockchain projects in the usage, and currently we are.
What are the different application usages on your platform, and which one does well?
Currently we have 400 applications on Matic, right?
Wow.
And we went from zero to 400 in last 1.5 years, right?
Wow.
So yeah, so we have a gaming, we have VR applications, we have exchanges where you can trade your tokens, crypto tokens, easily. We have identity platform, identity solutions on top of Polygon. uh, Currently, there is a protocol called Aave, AAVE, Aave protocol. It's a leading on the usage right now on
And
Polygon,
they came on your
right?
platform, right? That was a big thing. They
Yes.
came. Aave,
Yeah, yeah,
how did
yeah.
I want to ask that also? How did you manage to get Aave? Huh.
Yeah, so they are very much famous on the Ethereum chain. They are basically $5 billion company, right? And we have multiple others as well, like Aave, Curve, Sushi Swap, and multiple others, Polymarket. And when we started, I was in touch with multiple applications like Decentraland. So they are VR gaming platform on blockchain. So I was kind of friends with the founders, and I know they are also advisors to Polygon, and they have actually promised, okay, we will deploy on Polygon when you launch it and ready for our use. So I have customers from the start, from the day one, right? I knew, like, they were going to deploy, because there is no other way around, like, they can scale their applications. So I had some confidence there, and with that confidence, I also we kind of created a business development team in house and started pitching to multiple applications, and then slowly they came. And then Aave, for Aave, Ethereum was very jammed. People were paying huge amount of fees on the Aave, and then Aave team, and they saw our potential from the from the outside, and they reach out to us and say, okay, hey, let's explore the opportunity, right? And then we kind of talk with them and created the mining program. So that was also our biggest success, I would say, is that we created a mining program with them. What is mining program is that you provide a liquidity money into their pool, money pool, right? Lending borrowing pool, and then you will get the rewards out of it as a user. Like you can share the cashbacks, Paytm cashback, right? So we also did that. So it basically attracted like huge liquidity on our Aave. And with that, like all other DeFi, decentralized finance projects also came on the Polygon and then started doing their mining rewards as well. And currently we are like kind of kind of 5 billion plus USD worth of tokens right now on Polygon.
How do you make money, and how do others make money on the platform? Sorry for this question, but would love to know.
Yeah, so yeah, we are kind of not different in that sense. What we do is kind of we have a token called Matic, right? And when we started, the project name was Matic, and then we rebranded to Polygon. So, but the token currently name is still Matic token because it's in the blockchain, so you can't change it right now. We have to change it, but if you have to change it, it takes time and efforts. You have to migrate and everything. So the token name is Matic, and we raised 5 million USD by selling our token, right? So it's kind of doing a IPO kind of way, but there is no like VCs involved or anything, like retailer simple. But of course, you have to do KYC and the due diligence in that case. For 5 million, we raised 600K, 5.5K, 500K worth of USD from Coinbase and Binance, and one small investor is in India. Like they are good. And then we kind of directly went to the Binance exchange and did the initial exchange offering, where we kind of we sell the tokens and like very low price. The price was 0.00267 USD, right? And current price is 1.29 USD. Okay, in 3 years, in 2 years, 3 years, yeah. So we did that in March 2019, and so we have $5 million, right? And we sold 19% of our token supply in that IEO, right? So it's kind of it makes our kind of valuation like 35 million around, right? And then what we do is kind of the network, when network usage increases, our token value also increases, right? And as a foundation, we have a foundation, Matic Foundation, which holds tokens for the marketing purposes, for the other purposes, and we also have a team tokens, right? So we also hold our team as a kind of simple ESOP, you can say, like equity in the company, but in terms of tokens, right? And then yeah, so it's basically simple. So the price increases, we also get the compensation in the price. The revenue part, we don't take the revenue from the network itself because network is decentralized. It's currently we have 100 validators in all over the world running the network. It means that we don't control the network right now. So that is a in this case a layer. We don't control it. We just kind of help to maintain it some way like core, but we can't do much alone. Like even if we have to, we can't. So it's called decentralized network, right? It's as simple as Ethereum. So we can't do much about it. But of course, like we can, as a company, if we want to, we can create a multiple other products on top of it, which makes money. But currently, our focus is not to make money. We just want to grow our network, and yeah, that's how it works right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and but at the same time, I would say that if we I have to give an analogy, then it's a pure product play right now, which you are building, right? And people on top of it, it's a platform. And people are
Platform.
coming and building applications and scale on this platform. And tomorrow, once
Yeah.
you have everyone in your system, then of course there'll be different ways of monetizing.
Monetizing, yeah. So currently
Yeah.
they are paying fees to directly the validators in the system, like who is running the network. Uh, they don't come to us, the money, basically the fees. but yeah, like we can also create our own products on top of it and make money, but that's not our focus as of yet. Yeah.
So I was told that you built on Plasma side chains technology.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So I don't know who told you, but it's a technical term where so in 2017, the Ethereum founder and the other people in the Ethereum community created a white paper called Plasma Scaling Solution, right? And we use that to scale our create our platform, right? And so yeah, so it's a kind of framework. You can assume that you can say where, let's say, if you transfer money on the side chain and something goes wrong on the chain, you go on the Ethereum chain and claim your tokens, claim your money, right? So it's kind of, if something goes wrong on the Paytm wallet, you could go to the bank and claim your Paytm deposits, something like that, in short, right? Not exactly, but I'm just giving you analogy, like you can think of like that. It's called Plasma framework. Like it's a way to solve this fraud issue whenever it happens, if it happens. Yeah. So, and the side chain is basically kind of parallel chain on top of Ethereum. So let's say if you have Ethereum chain, right, it's running blockchain, right? What we did is kind of creating the faster blockchain on top of it, right? Parallel, where you can move your tokens or money from one chain to another chain, like depositing your bank balance to a Paytm wallet and then bring back to account, right? So it's similar. Like you have two chains, one faster, one slow. You can bring here, do your thing, and then whenever you are done, you can just bring your money from side chain to Ethereum chain. Yeah.
Optimistic rollouts supposed to happen in July, August.
We don't have a roadmap as of yet on the optimistic rollup. Optimistic rollup is another kind of scaling solutions apart from Plasma, sidechain, and those kind of stuff. So so as a when we rebranded Matic to Polygon, our sidechain was running fine. It was very clear. Plasma was also good. But what we thought is kind of it would be great if we can expand our roadmap, right? We have a bunch of different kind of scaling solution, right? And that's where we also kind of Rollup is also another good scaling solution right now, and we also want to integrate that in our product suite, so people can choose like which scaling solution they want to use, right? So it will take some time on the optimistic rollup, but we are launching very soon on Polygon SDK. So with that, you can also have your own chain on Polygon, in Polygon ecosystem, right? So we are just
Wow.
launching end of this month.
Wow. So much happening, so much, and so much of such fast scale happening. Tell me something. Uh, this Ethereum, Elon Musk tweeted about, and then China said that, oh, we're going to ban or something like that. It has created so much of news in the last one
News.
week, right? Like, and apparently the market has crashed and all that. So what does this mean? Why this is happening?
No, I mean, this is very crypto is very much early, as I said, and it's very hard to understand, right? Government also wants to understand, right? But the thing is that there is no way like government can learn without their own. They need someone who can teach them or learn, help them understand what is it, right? Why it is important for the world to go in the direction, but still have a government control some way, some way. The problem with that, some people in the whole ecosystem is like, let's change the government, let's create a new money and everything. It's needed, but the problem is that it's very hard to do that in current ecosystem. So what Elon Musk is trying to do is he's kind of he has this theory. Okay, so Dogecoin, right? So Dogecoin is created as a, I don't know what it is called, to be honest. It's a Dogecoin, whatever you call, right? Um, so it's a joke. Someone created it as a joke, right? And what he said is kind of his idea is to kind of uh, it's a kind of irony is that whenever you create it as a joke, it will become the actual currency in the world, right? He has a kind of this crazy theory. Like even if it's a joke, it will be a prominent currency in the world. So he took the Doge and kind of put the whole thing on top of it, Dogecoin, right? He's working on with the developers on the Dogecoin and everything. What he did is that he also put some bet on Bitcoin, and then he kind of he said like no, we are not going to support Bitcoin because it is taking the huge number of electricity and the whole power, right? So Bitcoin maximalist, who is very much kind of very tied with Bitcoin, they and Elon Musk basically did some kind of fighting on over Twitter, and at that point of time, he just kind of bashed Bitcoin in some way, like no, I'm doing this kind of thing, like I'm putting Doge and everything, like no, people just go like crazy over that, right? And the same time, China also came with this news about like US also came with this news about IRS, when you have to declare cryptocurrency as a in your taxations, and that's why like the whole crypto market was kind of crashed. Also, crypto was on a bull market is last since few months, and it has to happen like the price
Yeah, yeah.
correction should
In
yeah.
January, I heard it was $1,500, and then it became $2,500, and last year it was $150 or something.
Let me tell you Matic's journey. Okay, so Matic Polygon price was zero point 0.5 in March or something, $0.5. 2 days back it was $2, $2.212, right? So it was like very much kind of no, it was a bull market. Of course, price correction is needed. But yeah, like I think in crypto it's very volatile. To be honest, I advise people not to put like a life money into that. But yeah, like it's good to kind of put small bets, invest in the crypto, because it's early, and early birds kind of early people kind of get good amount of things out of that, like innovations plus money and multiple other things. So I would say stay in the crypto, invest wisely, not like put any crazy amount into it if you can't afford to lose. So yeah, that's the
So what are your
thing.
thoughts on NFTs?
Yeah, NFTs also like I know like NFTs on the boom, but before NFTs was DeFi, like which created the boom. But the problem with DeFi boom is that no normal person couldn't understand, like any normal person can't understand the how the actual contracts or financial system works underneath in the blockchain, right? So there was like people investing in random coins in DeFi, decentralized finance. When I say DeFi is decentralized finance. Uh, so but when NFT came, NFT boom came, everyone understood like NFT like as a creator content, right? As a creator content, like picture, videos, as a DeFi, as a NFT, right? So normal people also jumped into the rally, right? So every major company created this NFTs. SEC, the NYSE also created NFT out of their stocks. First stock, multiple other big brands also created their NFTs, right? And that's how everyone was talking about NFTs. And NFT is basically nothing but you can say creator content, uh, and you can buy and sell non-fungible assets, right? Let's say if you're creating if you're creating, let's say, a simple video, right, or simple image as artist, right? You can sell digital artists, you can sell your digital art over the blockchain, right? So you as a person, you can truly own that art or the blockchain. So no one can claim it. You can use that as a collateral and take the loan out of it. You can do that. You can also create multiple tokens on top of it and have a partial ownership of your art. You can do all those things you can't do in the normal life. That's an NFT. But yeah, like it's
Yeah.
NFT is also very much kind of abstract term people are using everywhere. But yeah, like it's a good market, I would say. It was hype, of course. It was hype, NFT hype, but it's a good concept, and slowly it will pick up in the gaming, in the art, in the creator market. I think slowly gradually it will increase the usage. Yeah.
तो कैसे इस स्पेस
Yeah.
को अगर समझना है और इस स्पेस में अगर कुछ करना है तो कैसे करना चाहिए, और ये टोकन कैसे मिलता है? This is for the aam janta.
हाँ, तो basically, if you go onto the WazirX exchange, so let me tell you, exchange is just a way to connect two parties, right? Let's say मुझे buy करना है, आपको sell करना है, right? So अभी भी let's say if I want to sell or if you want to buy, मुझे buy करना है, मुझे आपको sell करना है, तो we can just create a simple group where we can do that, right? We don't need third party to do that. I just send you the token, you can send me the other token in the return. Simple as that. एक्सचेंज क्या है जो आपको कहना वो प्रोवाइड करता है बेसिकली अच्छे तरीके से. यू कैन ट्रेड, यू कैन क्रिएट ऑर्डर वहां पे होता है, आप जस्ट क्लिक करके वो कर सकते हो, राइट, बाय कर सकते हो. तो आप वहां पे बेसिकली बाइनांस है, कोइनबेस है, अभी तो इंडिया में शायद आई डोंट नो इफ दे डू अलाउ, बट कोइनबेस है, बाइनांस है, वजीरेक्स है, जेपे है, मल्टीपल अदर्स एक्सचेंजेस आर इन इंडिया, कोइन डीसीएक्स. एंड आप वहां पे जाके आपको लगता है कि ये कोइन अच्छा है, यू कैन बाय with INR, right? You can sell whatever you want to do. The thing is that people don't understand like what coin is, like what does it do. तो उसमें क्या होगा कि जो ऊपर जा रहा है उसको बाय कर लेते हैं लोग, राइट? ऊपर जाके बाय करते हैं, फिर गिरता है तो फिर लॉस में जाता है. तो ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं, राइट? So I get the lot of email when coin goes down, the Matic coin down, but it's not on my control. It's people who can buy and sell, and price goes up. It depends on the people, right? So if you are buying something, just spend some time and do the research on the team, product before buying it, right? Some people are do some so there are analyst who does it for full time. बट अपना रिटेलर्स क्या आता है कि जो ऊपर चढ़ता है उसको बाय कर लेते हैं, जो सब लोग बोलते हैं कि इसको बाय करो, देन दे जस्ट गो एंड बाय, right? So I just say like just spend some time. You don't have to understand the technology behind it. Even if even I don't understand all the technologies I hold, the projects I hold token in my wallet, right? So I hold like multiple tokens currently, right? Multiple tokens on the multiple projects. Still, I just know like, okay, this project is good. They are doing some great work. Team is good. Product is good. I just I can invest, right? So I आपको टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट तो समझना जरूरी नहीं है. आप यू कैन ऑल्सो बाय टोकन्स, बट ऑफ कोर्स लाइक डू सम डीडी ऑन दैट. देखो कि क्या बाय कर रहे हो. लाइक आप पंप कोइन बाय कर रहे हो तो कैसे चलेगा, राइट? यू नीड टू मेक श्योर लाइक यू बाइंग गुड टोकन्स. सिंपल एज दैट. एंड क्रिप्टो मार्केट इज टू वोलेटाइल. तो जब डाउन हो रहा है तो थोड़ा रुको. इफ यू आर बाइंग अ गुड ब्लू चिप प्रोजेक्ट्स, जैसे आवे, other good top 20 projects, like wait for if something goes wrong and something goes down, just hold for a while and think about it instead of panic sell. लोग ये भी करते हैं कि जब डाउन है तो सेल कर देते हैं भाई, तो ऐसा मत करो. just friendly advice. And yeah, just read on the Twitter is good way to start in the crypto, to be honest. Like follow multiple other people in the crypto and you will know who, like, what is going on in the crypto.
Why are you such a firm believer in the blockchain, if I may call it revolution, which we are all experiencing, and it's a start?
Yeah.
क्यों इतना belief है? क्योंकि अभी भी, Warren Buffett had said no, that like he doesn't believe in it, and there's still the world is divided
Right.
into this. I want to ask you, because at the core of it, you are a technologist, so you know the fundamentals. You are an engineer. What is
Right.
it that makes you believe in this, and how do you see the future?
Let me give you a simple example. Okay, आज संडे, आज सैटरडे, राइट? आज सैटरडे है. चलो एनएफटी तो भी स्टार्ट हो गया, राइट? इफ लेट्स से आई वांट टू सेंड मनी टू एनीवन इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ, लेट्स से यूएस, you want to send a wire transfer to USD, to US, right? It will take you minimum 3 to 4 days if you start today, right? It won't reach you before that. But let's say if I want to send money via crypto blockchain to any person in the world right now, I can do in, let's say, 5 minutes, right? Simple as that. वो चेंज हो गया है, राइट? द वे यू इंटरेक्ट विद मनी हैज चेंज्ड, राइट? अगर मुझे आज लोन लेना है किसी बैंक से, देयर इज मच पेन, राइट? इट्स अ पेन, राइट? मैं एसबीआई में जाता हूँ, लंच के लिए रुकता हूँ वहां पे, उसके लंच खत्म होने तक मुझे रुकना पड़ रहा है आज, ठीक है? इन ब्लॉकचेन वो सब सॉल्व करता है, ऑफ कोर्स, लाइक देयर आर सम problems in the blockchain scalability, etc., which we are solving. It's too early. It's hard to understand, hard to use, but धीरे धीरे वो solve होगा, right? आपको सब चीजें ब्लॉकचेन पे नहीं डालनी है, right? You just need to make sure you do it right. Good thing on blockchain. So let's say simple example. Let's say if you are creating a bank. This can be a controversial, but I'm still saying. Let's say if you are want to have a bank in India, have a banking license in India. Assuming, let's say you have assume, and then have a settlement on blockchain. Assume. And now let's say you want to send the money wire transfer to any country right now. You can do that, right? With zero fees. You assume, आपको अगर आपको पेरेंट्स को कहीं पे भेजना है, आपके पेरेंट्स कहीं और है, आपके दूसरे कंट्री में आपको भेजना है, right? You can do that. You don't have to take a permission of multiple banks. वो भी कट लेंगे, right? बीच में. Then you also paying USD to INR conversion, वहां पे दूसरा conversion चलेगा. फिर यहाँ पे आपको मेल करेगा HDFC वाला बैंक वाला कि भाई ये आया है, आपको ये सबमिट करना पड़ेगा, those kind of hassle we can reduce, and because we have a technology right now to solve those problems. पहले नहीं था तो चलो मानते थे, राइट? आपको लाइन में लगना पड़ता था, आपको एंट्री करवानी पड़ती थी चेकबुक पासबुक में, राइट? Now the things have changed. Like UPI is so much better, right? You can claim, right? So UPI is so much better, right? The outside infra is also still in legacy system, right? So I think blockchain can change that. And the second point, in the decentralized finance as well, right? So let's say if you want to take a loan or borrow your money or something, it's pain, right? With this DeFi thing, you can do that. You can do like very instantly with 5 minutes or whatever. You can, in minutes basically. So those things, I think, have changed very much. And also now, like, there is also called DAO, like decentralized organizations, where multiple people can take decisions based on the on the blockchain, right? You don't have to be on the same room or same language. You don't, even if you don't speak the same language, you can also take the decision on the blockchain with a skin in the game, because you're putting your tokens and money in the system and then taking the decisions, right? So those kind of stuff you can do on blockchain. I think that's very powerful, very, very powerful, and it was not there before that. I think, of course, like, it's so much hype, so much scams and everything around in the blockchain, but slowly it will go away. Much better infra on top of blockchain will emerge. I think I'm hoping for that. Yeah, I'm a big believer in that sense.
What is keeping you excited with Polygon and with what you're doing?
I think when you start a company, I think, you don't take the breaks. Even if I'm here, I'm working 24/7. So we are doing this interview on Saturday. Simple as that. I did 2 calls before that. I have a few more calls after that. So as a founder, you just go ahead full 100% on your company. You don't think about anything else. I think it's excitement of creating something new, and when you believe in it, like it's crazy. Like, you don't have to sleep. It just keeps you awake. Yeah.